Hi everyone, I'm August and I'm one of the designers at DCTUK, and I have recently finished a really nice project which I'm going to talk you through, and I'll explain you the design and the products and the process of the design service. This client is a property investor in the UK. They're quite big, they have quite a lot of projects, and this project specifically was quite a big reception area, and the building is in Manchester. They have originally sent me some photos and the floor plans as well. The whole area needs doing, so they've got a really nice design idea. They've sent me mood boards with all sorts of things, colors, materials, any sort of inspirations or what they want to do, and that was really helpful. So the original space is very dark. It's got quite a lot of metal columns, so they've got quite a bit of reflection on them as well, and it's also a very weird shape which is a bit more difficult to work with, obviously, rather than a square, but I guess it does, at the end, it does come out way more interesting than just block design or anything like that. So originally they have contacted our sales team up in Liverpool. Then Lewis passed the customer on to me, at which point I have reviewed the floor plans, made sure that I had everything that I needed, which their floor plans were really great and easy to work with. They had measurements and they had a clear marking of everything that I needed to know, windows, doors, so I can recreate the space much better. After that, I looked at some photos as well, so I could see basically what could possibly be done, how much natural light the floor would be getting, or the area overall, but natural light does affect the floor as well. So if the area is very dark, I wouldn't go for dark flooring, I would go for something a little bit lighter. Then after I did speak with the client, I got in touch with the client directly. They have explained to me that they want to make a reception very calm and very neutral. And in the mood boards that they have sent over to me, they had multiple pages. The document is quite long, explaining every area of the room and what they want to go in there. We also spoke about couple of different options, for example, adding in some carpeted areas to where they wish to be seating areas, rather than just have it all in vinyl flooring. The client also explained to me not just the flooring design, but kind of the design overall of the space, what they're looking for, even though I could still already see it from the floor plan and from the mood boards itself. It is quite useful to know what the end result is. So after I spoke with the client, I have realized that they're going for a very modern look, light look, very calm, neutral, but also quite colorful at the same time. She also had really wanted to have this very squiggly design, which you will see in the visuals, and that design I have recreated perfectly in a couple of areas. I have also given a couple of different design options at the end, so it's not just a single one. We worked with different color schemes, and they're yet to basically just pick whichever color scheme they want to go with. So in the middle of the space, there's this area that currently is marked just as a circle where the reception desk would be, but I didn't want to make it just a circle because that's it's not very innovative. I wouldn't say it's something that you would usually see in areas, just basically going around the perimeter, but I wanted to recreate something a little bit more flowy and more what the customer actually wanted. For the design, I had 2 seating areas and 1 booth area, and the far corner there's a staircase as well, and basically all of these areas needed separation from the main floor. But LVT is good for basically not collecting any sort of mud, dirt or anything that comes from outside, because the main door is coming straight from the outside. And then for the seating areas, I went with, as I mentioned, with a flowy design because the customer wanted it, and it also just worked really well with the space. It isn't just one color, it's 2 colors, so kind of you've got a wave and then a little frame going around it. Just makes it more colorful, more stand out. Okay, so for the client to see how well the flooring would work with the space that they're proposing, I don't just do the design for flooring, I do design for the whole space. So because I had the mood board, I knew what kind of wall paneling they're gonna have, the color palette, what kind of furniture they're gonna put in, I knew that they wanted to have like quite a big, like a part of a ceiling above the reception desk that would have some flowers and plants and some lighting as well, and I have added that in as well, as you'll be able to see in the visuals. I've also added in decorations like flowers and some paintings and even a logo, just to make it look more finished, basically showing them what it's going to look like in the end. So the reason why I have picked Nouveau Seasons carpet tiles is actually it's Nouveau Seasons Bloom. First of all, so it's like a secondary collection to Nouveau Seasons, and they look exactly the same. The only thing is that the color palette is neutral and pale, so you can still bring in more color to the area without actually making it very bright and too overwhelming, or making it look like a kindergarten, I guess. Also, these carpet tiles, they've got like black little speckly things in them. Actually, let me show you. These are some of the colors that I have used, and I think I can't tell you which one is my favorite because all of them look absolutely amazing on that design. But initially I have put the green one with a white one from Nouveau Seasons, and as you can see, it kind of has like a little bit of a distress pattern, I guess, but it also has these little black speckly things, and what I feel they do is they hide dirt much better, especially in areas like reception. Quite a lot of people are going to be walking around there, sitting in the waiting areas, and you might not be able to clean it up straight away, so this is a perfect option. They also come in 15-year warranty. They're good for very heavy or commercial use, so they should last a really, really long time. They're also quite soft. They're not too soft, they're not too fake, but they would dampen the noise quite a little bit, as you can see. As you can hear. I don't know if you can hear. Imagine someone's walking over them. But yeah, so these are basically the carpet tiles I went by. The whole color palette is really nice, and all of them do work really well together. But yeah, so I believe I've done a design with that one, and I think that one was an accent color. You will be able to see it in the visuals. They look great if you ask me. But also with each one I have, so for example, when I was doing this one, even the wall paneling wood color I picked as a green one as to match the space, because that was one of the options, and then the other option was a little bit more pinkish. So when I was doing a design with this carpet tile, I did redo the wall paneling to match this color as well, so that they can see what it would look like. Okay, and then for the LVT, I have picked Milliken Change Agent Root Work because it does have really nice colors. It is a loose lay LVT, which means that the thickness of this LVT matches the thickness of the carpet tile, and there is no need for a transition strip, especially in a design like this with squiggly lanes. That would be absolutely insane for the fitters to do, so I didn't want to put them through that. But yeah, so these kind of work perfectly. They're also very they're strong, that's all I can say. They're strong, they're hefty, and yeah, they just go really well together if I'm not wrong. Okay, so for the LVT color I went with Lodge, and that one to me personally works with both. It's not too light, it's not too dark, it's very natural looking. It doesn't have a very strong color to it, but it does add light to the area, because I believe currently it has really dark flooring. So it matches with the pink, and it also matches with the green, and they both do look really nice. Overall, at the end of the project, after I have finished, it's a result of a very light space with a pop of color, like neutral color, something that doesn't get in your eyes too much, but you don't feel like you're just like a plain grey room as well. It feels very inviting and soft and very nice, and I think it also works really well with like sensory design idea, so it's good for basically anyone. After I have finished the design, I have passed it back onto the client. Then they took a little bit of time to review it, as they are busy. They got back to me and they said that they absolutely loved it. Now we're just waiting for them to basically to pick which color they prefer to go with, which color palette. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead with this project.